Do you feel like you're constantly in the day-to-day of your business? You're stuck, you feel like you're in the weeds and you can never really get out. You want to scale your business, but you're not really sure because you're doing so many menial tasks all the time, or there's fires that are always burning that you have to handle. Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about some different strategies that you can use to help you essentially escape and build a wonderful business that does not depend on your support and your involvement in the business. Let's get started. All right, so you finally made a decision that you want to do some hiring, which is awesome. Now, where the mistake that most people make is they just sort of randomly hire. They say, you know what, it'd be cool if I had a salesperson. So they hire a salesperson and maybe they get a little results in the sales department, but the other areas of the business are still sucking you in. As a matter of fact, oftentimes when you hire just in a disorganized way, it actually ends up creating more work because now you have to manage the new hire you've done. So who should you be hiring, first of all? And second of all, how do you do it in an organized way to, again, build out an asset, build out this business that can scale and run without you? Well, here's the good news. There's really only 5 core areas that you need to have hires in place in. Once those are there, this is how you have this self-sufficient asset, again, that is able to grow without you, churns out cash flow, makes people happy, and eventually, if you want to, you can even sell the business because it's not owner reliance. All right, so one of the first hires you want to make in our 5-step system here is hiring somebody in the product delivery and product creation area. Okay, so let's talk about why this is so important that you have somebody on your team and why this is a great first hire. So if you do not have a actual product or service to sell, you have basically not a business at all, right? You need something to offer and sell to the marketplace, right? Now, what often happens as entrepreneurs is because this area is so critical, we end up getting hyper involved in this area. And whenever we're hyper involved in something, we end up being stuck to our business. So bringing somebody in who is an expert at actually creating your product and service, who's really skilled at it, who cares about your customers and is passionate about making an A+ experience for your customers. This is a critical and really a no-brainer first hire, right? So ideally, they're gonna have a lot of talent in this particular area. Ideally, they're gonna be experienced in this area. But if not, just make sure you have some really standard SOPs, standard operating procedures, where you can teach them your system. Once you have someone in place that you know, hey, they're gonna take care of my customers, they're gonna make an amazing experience for people, they're gonna continue to listen to my customers, they're gonna come up with new ideas, and we're delivering what we're selling to the marketplace. And you know it's an A+ level, gives you just a ton of confidence, almost like taking pressure off your chest when that happens. So this is a great first hire. All right, the next area we want to focus on in terms of hiring to free yourself up is a traffic generation role, okay? Now, oftentimes entrepreneurs will cling on to this role. They're so scared that if they don't, participate in the traffic generation, their business may die. Reality is, yes, somebody has to be responsible for bringing in new eyeballs to your products and services, but it doesn't have to be you, okay? So free your mind up a little bit here, okay? I can promise you there's somebody out there, there's many people out there who are better at SEO than you, who are better at Facebook ads than you, better at Google ads than you, better at building a relationship through joint ventures or affiliate marketing, right? So find somebody whose job, their only job is just new traffic generation, new lead generation to your website, okay? And again, this is gonna take a lot of pressure off you as an entrepreneur so you can focus on other things in your business or other things in your life. So traffic generation, huge hire. All right, so if you followed along so far, you're no longer making the products or service. You've got somebody even better than you making it, right? You're no longer focused on bringing on the traffic. You've got somebody better than you who's bringing tons of new leads and eyeballs to your offers. Great, but how do we actually turn those new eyeballs and those new great products you've made into customers? How do we sell? Well, the next hire you wanna make is making sure that you have somebody in your team who's responsible for sales and conversions, okay? And again, this is a trap area that a lot of entrepreneurs fall in this. They cling to the sales role. I've got to make sure that the dollars are coming in. Well, again, if you're doing all these different things, you're not always gonna be focused on this, it's gonna suffer. Have somebody in your team who's just truly an expert in this particular area, okay? So how does this look? Well, you could hire somebody who's amazing at selling on the phone, getting past customer objections, building those relationships, right? Somebody who's a great copywriter and knows how to create killer website copy that helps people, understand that your product or service is the best in the market and why they need to buy and why they need to buy today, right? Somebody who's just working 40, 50, 30, 60, however many hours a week they're working on, that's their sole focus of selling to customers, or better yet, the current customers that you have, getting them to buy again, getting repeat buyers, okay? Imagine if you did not have to do that and you had somebody who was actually better than you, okay? Whatever your current sales rate is, what if somebody was 5 times better than you? They were doing that role. What would that do for your business? What would it do for your time and your relaxation level, right? So this is our third leg. Focus on that salesperson. All right, the fourth area we're gonna talk about now is bringing in talent into the operations and the administrative side of your business. And there's an argument to be made that this is the largest time suck and the largest pressure and stress point for an entrepreneur, because this is where a lot of the fires in the business end up happening, okay? So how does this look? Well, in the customer support area, you absolutely want to have somebody else doing it. If you're the entrepreneur and you're doing the customer support, you're always going to be slave to the business, especially if you care about your customers being happy. You want to respond to them very quickly. When I say you, I don't mean you, the entrepreneur. I mean you as the business. So having somebody whose job is just customer support, taking care of the customers that come in, email requests, phone calls, giving an A+ customer experience, right? If you don't have to do that, imagine the time freedom is gonna do, and just that confidence knowing, hey, my customers are being taken care of. The other area where fires come in, especially if you have an online business, and who doesn't have some portion of their business online at this point, is in the tech side of things, right? Having somebody or a talent on your team or an agency in your team whose job is just making sure that plugins on your website are up to date. Nothing breaks, the code's working well, the website is running 24 hours a day. If something goes down, it can go right back up ASAP. Handling server updates, whatever it needs to be, but somebody whose sole job is tech support. A lot of entrepreneurs think, well, I took a coding class for 15 seconds in junior college, I can do it. Or I read a book on CSS once. Okay, yes, you may be able to do it, but I can assure you that there are people better than you who are able to work at a lower hourly rate than you, because your time is needed to be put elsewhere at a higher dollar value as an entrepreneur. And then lastly, of course, just finance, right? Listen, there are people who have gone to school for finance, CPAs, bookkeepers, they have all this training. You're not the only person in the world who knows how to use QuickBooks, right? I can assure you that. You're not the only person in the world who knows how to do payroll, all right? So again, bring in other talent, people who just love doing this stuff so you can focus on those other areas, okay? So operations, administrative, absolutely critical hires to help you free yourself up. All right, this next area we wanna be bringing in talent in, our fifth area is, man, is this important. Okay, so follow me here. Up to this point, we've brought in some amazing talent here, okay? You now have somebody who's helping you build out your products and services. You've got a traffic person. You've got somebody helping you sell. You've got support and talent in the operations and administrative side. But how do you get everybody communicating together? How do you get everybody rowing in the same direction? And how do you make sure that people are doing their job? Well, guess what? Unless you bring in, and here it is, here's our fifth area, unless you bring in somebody who can manage these people, you're gonna have a brand new job as an entrepreneur, and that's as a manager. So you're still stuck to the business. So it's absolutely essential that you have management in place to manage all these talent and all these new people that you have in your business. And this is sort of the perfect area here where you get to build out this asset. It sustains without you, all right? So what does this role look like? Well, this could be a really talented project manager. It could be a director of operations, a COO, or even a CEO. But you need somebody leading the charge, helping to make sure that people are communicating well, that goals are being accomplished, and that the work is being done, okay? You don't want that day job as an entrepreneur being a manager, right? You want to build out an asset so we can be free, and that's the best thing for the business. It's not a me, I need to be free. It really is the best thing for that business, right? To be sustaining without you as an entrepreneur. So you can work on maybe buying another business that you could bring in to 10x the business, or work on other things in your life. Or God forbid, take a day off every once in a while as an entrepreneur. How nice does that sound? If you know somebody who's really struggling with their hiring and you could benefit from this video, I would truly be honored if you shared this video with them. I make these videos to give back and just to contribute. I've been really blessed and had a lot of success over the years. And so I'm at a point in my entrepreneurial journey where I just like to give back and help other entrepreneurs who are maybe a little bit earlier in their journey succeed. It was tough, right? But you know, you gotta help other people because I was helped over the years as well. Okay, so my name is Steve Nixon. Thank you so much for watching. I'm with StrategySamurai.com. If you liked the video, press like, subscribe to the channel. I'd be honored to be able to share more content with you in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you at StrategySamurai.com. Have a wonderful rest of your day.